错的黑夜手一盏孤灯。
A netizen shared about the recent coup in Myanmar. The military seized control following a general election which the National League for Democracy Party, which is also the party that Aung San Suu Kyi is part of, won by a landslide. The military claimed that there was widespread fraud in the election and thus the victory was fake. Voices demanding a rerun of the vote also appeared. A netizen shared this Chinese article which said that under direction of the commander-in-chief of the Myanmar military, ministers and deputies in finance, health, the interior, and foreign affairs have all been replaced. The military also said that it will hold a free and fair election once the state of emergency is over. The current state of emergency has been declared to be 1 year long. The Chinese article noted, Trump must be very jealous upon seeing what's happening in Myanmar. A netizen said that, now after 10 years, the military is back in charge again. The destiny of the 54 million Myanmar citizens has again gone to an unknown direction. A netizen replied, it is very interesting that this happened at this moment. Myanmar held its elections also in November of last year, but the military didn't take action until now. The netizen felt that, regardless of whether election fraud indeed existed, what the military has and is still doing appears to be an ironic move that Biden may have to reflect upon. A netizen replied, it appears that many are arguing whether it is legitimate for the military to arrest Aung San Suu Kyi, but perhaps what's more important is to find out whether she has committed election fraud or not. If she did, then she could be labeled as an enemy of the state because her act violated the Constitution. The military has a responsibility to safeguard the Constitution. Members of the military are also citizens at first. A netizen currently living in Myanmar shared, Myanmar is Myanmar, it is not communist China. Citizens can use Twitter and Facebook, as well as freely access the internet. This is one thing that can be guaranteed. A netizen shared this news from China, which said that a lady in Shenzhen underwent a kidney stone surgery. The cost was $800. However, after the surgery, she realized that her kidney has disappeared, and she had no idea where it had went. A netizen shared that, I know of a woman in Los Angeles. She got on the waitlist of 4 different hospitals and still waited for more than 3 years for a kidney transplant. But when she came back to China, it took her 27 days to get a kidney transplant and undergo the surgery. She bribed the head of the hospital with 500,000 yuan so that she didn't need to wait in line. She bribed the director of the urology department with 200,000 yuan so that she got a fresh kidney from someone under 30 years old. And she bribed the doctor that did the surgery with another 200,000 yuan to just make sure that no issues would happen. In addition, she spent 370,000 yuan to cover all the other costs associated with the surgery. The netizen noted that forced organ harvesting is already no longer a secret. The Chinese Communist Party kills people for their organs and sell them for profit. This is no longer a secret. There have been millions of people from the Southeast Asian countries who decided to come to China for organ transplants, and this number is on average per year. A netizen replied, I also know of someone. He initially lived in Europe waiting for a liver transplant. He was told by the doctor that it is unlikely for him to get one given the availability and the long wait list. Especially, he needed to do the liver transplant surgery immediately. Unlike kidneys, his disease can't wait. Later, he returned to Shanghai and was able to undergo the surgery within 2 weeks. He stayed at the hospital for over half a year and spent over 1 million yuan. According to him, there are so many cases. Organ transplant is very popular and common in China. It wasn't until I heard him talking about this incident that I started to believe what the Falun Gong practitioners have said about organ harvesting in China. Before that, I've always been suspicious. A netizen replied, I was reminded of a quote and also from an ad which said that no profit leads to no extinction. A netizen living in Myanmar shared, the coup has taken place for over 12 hours, but no one has died so far, perhaps to the surprise of the Communist Party of China. For some nations, just like Communist China, the number of deaths that one single social movement has led to is already greater than the number of deaths caused by a civil war in Myanmar. A netizen shared this video clip. This elderly lady shared her thoughts regarding the current state of society in China. Some netizens felt that she may have a clearer understanding about the CCP than those 50 cents and young people who are pro-Beijing.
我家里的房子都给国家冲掉了，对吧？父亲也弄死了，老实说，我父亲是自杀的，不瞒你说，实在是吃不消了，所以不谈了这些事情，很伤心。
跟老舍一样的，
对啊，
跳湖了嘛。
我爸是吃药服药。服毒自杀，
知识分子受不了那个打击啊！
对呀、我们经历过了，我们才知道切肤之痛，知道吧？所以有的人说我好像怎么样，你现在不是过得很好吗？怎么？
对。
但你要知道，一个社会把父亲都给弄死了，还有什么比这个更痛心的？是不是看得很透很透？我们已经看得很透了，就是活在当下，能活得好一点就可以了，其他什么都不想。我看透的，没什么意思，知道吧？有什么好说的呢？对吧？没什么意思。我跟你说，有本事呢，就想办法离开。
我老实跟你讲，你听不听是的，不要牵连到这个政治的事情。千万不能听不听是你，千万不能牵扯到政治。
谢谢。
以前在文化大革命以前，凡是读过历史的人。
还好啦，那我们这一代的人搞文革，如果现在再来一个文革的不得了。要把经典都抢掉，要把房子都冲掉，这事情，现在的人已经看得太多。
我们现在要按我们的，
过好晚年生活，是吧？
没什么讲。
家里面兄弟姐妹在外面的，甚至在国外的都有。我们是看得很透，我们这把年纪了，也不可能想到要出去啊什么。就这样，我们看透了，知道吧？已经想得很透了，什么都已经到了这把年纪。
我跟你讲，真的，听不听是你。
小平不是说了吗？小平上来以后，小平说了，要实事求是。
A netizen replied, perhaps after the Cultural Revolution, perhaps many Chinese people have forgotten about the importance of individual and collective dignity.
Child, we